Brice and Win with the challenge
breakdown.
It's Brice and Win with the challenge
breakdown.
It's Brice and Win with the challenge
breakdown. Welcome to another episode of the Challenge Breakdown. Breakdown. We back, baby. We are here to cover season 40, the Battle of the Eras. I have high hopes for this season. I think it's going to be a great season. But before we get into all of that, first and foremost, I will introduce myself. I am Wendell Holland. Some of you know me from Brice. All right, we gonna get. I know Brice got some things to say. We gonna get into it. I was on Survivor. I've done some design and build shows. That's Wendell Holland. I am alongside the purple pants badass himself, Brice Izyah. How we doing?
What's popping? Excited to be here. Got a lot to unfold and uncover.
And I'm with my right-hand man, the one and only Joey Hatch is in the building. Hatch, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Just got back from a nice little trip, and I can't wait to get into this with y'all.
Where were you, Hatchert?
I was in Jamaica for a basketball camp, PNBL 10th anniversary basketball camp, and it was a rebuilding year because a hurricane had hit the island and destroyed the community where we are. And it was great to just rebuild Jake's Village and Bread Sports Park, and all the money that we raised is going towards that. So it was an amazing time.
The resort, it was devastated?
Completely obliterated.
Do they have a timetable as to how long it might take for them to rebuild?
They didn't say a timetable per se, but they said there has been some efforts and some fundraising. Jason has been like boots on ground every day raising money. They said, yeah, this guy has barely slept, just trying to get, roofs on top of most of everything. And then once they get the roofs on top of everything, then they're going to, do the rest.
Wow. So any of you that follow me, I've been going to this camp for years. Hatch has been going to this camp for years, and we've been raising money and doing the best we can. And yeah, like you said, it was devastated. So I really hope, I hope that I know that they're going to build back and build better. And so, yeah, I will keep all of them, everyone who was affected, in my prayers, and we'll be back for camp next summer stronger, right?
Strong. I don't got no muscle, but
Perp, how you doing, Perp? Do you have anything on your mind before we get into this breakdown? Because Perp, you better watch. I'm gonna say it. You better watch your mouth. Okay, you better watch your mouth. You better watch your tone. But go right ahead.
No, I'm really excited to recap this episode. I just dropped the Brice Izyah 2025 Zaddy calendar that is selling like hotcakes. So, they are available now to lift your spirits. We're not at 40 yet, but this is our 5th one. So hopefully one day we can get to 40. I'll be 27 during that time, but I'm very excited to get into
I got a question. When can the Big Belly Brothers be a Zaddy?
The Zaddy calendar is all inclusive. We have all shapes and sizes, so we welcome the big Zads.
Say less.
So I guess we should just we are here for a reason.
We are.
And the reason is the challenge season 40, which when it was announced and as they started talking about it, and I'm seeing the Battle of the Eras, I was a fan of The Real World and all of those shows back in the day and the beginning. So it's good to see them drawing from all of the eras and putting them all in one house, as opposed to, giving the old school players all-stars and the younger people whatever. It's good to see them all in one.
Okay.
I love it. I'm like you. I'm a fan. I was a fan of Road Rules, Real World, but baby, no shade. 20 years has been friendly to some.
All right, go ahead.
And I don't know if it's 20 years ain't been that friendly to others, but yeah, it's interesting just to see your idols look older, right?
Like who?
Like, so for me, CT, right? CT looks older, but this is no CT slander because I love CT. He killed it on the Traders. I've been watching CT since he was on the challenge back in the day. But CT looks
big belly zaddy.
Yeah, CT look all right. I mean, I'm just saying, like, but CT, that he's not the CT that when I picture 15 years ago, like he definitely looks a little more seasoned.
The only thing I'll say that, Brice, first of all, I agree. CT came in with a couple extra LBs, but CT is the kind of guy he can come back next season. Like that. Yeah. You know, CT, I've seen him gain some weight, come out, compete. I've seen him lose weight and come out chiseled, compete. So regardless, I bet you everyone in that house is scared of CT.
Oh, yeah.
And he's gonna still be great at the physical stuff and great at the puzzles and great at he's CT. The man is invincible. Anyway,
I was nervous watching the episode because I was just like, am I going to remember people from the eras? Because they break it down into 4 very specific eras. And the first era we have, I was like, am I going to remember anybody? But it's like, I feel like I knew everyone. You know, like a bottle of fine wine, Darrell get finer and finer.
What do you think of Brad's beard? Because that beard keeps getting longer and longer.
I think it looked like it could be a strap on, but like I don't a glue on. I don't even know how that sounded wild. I just heard it. I apologize, Brad.
What do you know about a strap on?
I don't know anything.
But why is that on your mind?
Man, I just thought he just glued it up. You feel me?
Have either of you two heard of pegging?
Come on, man. I'm not trying to hear about none of that.
I'm just asking.
No. Yeah, I scrolled past it.
That's a very interesting niche that you would have to scroll past, but we'll address that at a different time.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't know what's going on.
It's a freak stuff, Hatrick.
Oh, I'm picking up, but I'm not knowing.
I forgot about Rachel. Out of sight, out of mind. But when I saw Rachel on here, I was like, Rachel is going to be a problem.
She used to be a beast. And
she still is.
She left the challenge and just continued to get stronger and stronger and stronger. She's a fitness person, right? Yeah, Rachel's one of those. She's like CT, but the CT that comes back in shape.
My one of my personal favorites, Katie. Katie was my girl from back in the day. I feel like my alter ego, Spicy Brice, emerged from watching Katie cuss hoes out. It also was interesting to learn that Aneesa has the most wins. I think she's tied with another lady on here that I was like, okay, like Aneesa been out here doing her thing. And Aneesa's from Philly, so I'm always going to root for Philly. It's like, yeah. I really want Aneesa to get her win. Yeah.
Who else do we have? Any other? Oh, Mark Long. Mark, shout out to the Godfather.
Super OG.
Quadruple OG, Mark Long. The reason that there is a challenge all-stars, Mark Long, Mr. # we want OGs. That's a friend, and he's a real one in the community. I like Mark. Excited to see how he does out there.
Darrell, Derek's the new father. Super excited to see Derek. Always excited to see Darrell. So I really do feel like the OGs have a great chance. Yeah, but if I'm being honest, this isn't the era that I'm rooting for.
Okay, who you got?
Well, so we have era 2, right? I'm rooting for a lot of people on here, but this isn't where I'm really rooting for. But in my heart,
Corey is not on era 1 or era 2 or era 4, Joey.
Okay, listen, we're on era 2. But in my hearts of hearts, I really do feel like if they do it how they've been doing it, where we have a man and a woman winner, I feel like the woman winner is coming from era 2, because the ladies in era 2 They ain't playing no games, in my
That's
opinion.
All very strong. Cara Maria always,
Laurel, Emily,
yeah.
I remember Aviv from back in the day with Darrell when because it was like she won and disappeared,
and you never saw her again.
I don't remember her. Like I don't know why.
Like in the like Israel Army or something like that.
Gotcha.
She was a tough chick.
Okay.
And they won, and she was gone.
Excited to see Nehemiah. Can y'all remind me who Brandon is?
I don't know, but he's pretty hilarious. If you watch All Stars, he's a great addition to like they knew what they were doing by bringing him on this cast.
He is a part of the era that when they got out of the real world road rules, people started bringing like fresh meat on. Is that like his era?
I think so.
I think you might be correct.
So Hatch, how is he doing in All Stars? So he's hilarious. How does he compete?
He's a strong competitor on All Stars. Yeah, he's very strong. Some of the guys were like, they were afraid to like go after him in some challenges. They would look to see what the challenge was and be like, should we throw Brandon in this one or not? So he's definitely one of the stronger guys. Good
to know. Good to know.
Yeah.
Who else is on that era, Brice?
Oh, Bananas.
Yeah. Amanda. Oh,
hold on. Now, all right. So we're going to era.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
Bananas, the GOAT.
He's another OG in my eyes too, for sure.
He's got the 7 rings, right? 8, however many he's got the most rings.
I'm nervous for Bananas though, because I feel like inevitably he'll make it far, but with that many rings, with that big of a target, people are going to try to snipe when they can.
What I'll say to that is I agree. I'm nervous for Bananas. I can't even venture to say that inevitably he'll make it far. Like, you got some new cannons that are ready to shoot shots, I think. So, we'll see. We'll see.
And of course, the gays in this era, we got Ryan and Derek. I'm excited to see them. I remember them. I love them. And so, yeah. Era 2 is definitely a strong era.
Definitely women strong for real.
I think the women are going to be the ones to hold up too.
I'm going to have to agree with you on that.
Yes. Then we could go to the best era. Okay. Let me change my britches now because I'm getting moist and I'm getting wet. My man.
You see the question mark? Hatcher.
Is that for Perp?
What question mark? I don't see no question mark. Okay. My man is back. Corey is back. We're excited. We love all these other people up in here. But listen, the main attraction, the main show, the man, the myth. Okay.
Is he a myth?
Oh, he ain't. I mean, it's a mystery what will be done.
Well, Brice, didn't you hear what he said he was going to do with the money when he wins?
Right. I did.
What did he say?
He said he was a wedding. Okay, he said a wedding.
This is crazy.
My man said, "Meet me at the altar in your white dress." Say less, because I'm there. Cool. You don't have to say nothing.
Not your crooked face, bro. You look like ET in this one, bro.
It's flown home.
Okay, I'm trying to phone home, and my home is Corey.
Why is your head all over here?
Oh my God!
Because I got to watch you.
Sorry, that was crazy.
But we have Leroy in here. We've got.
It was good to see him back. It was good to see Leroy back on All Stars to kind of like get himself back in the rhythm, to try to ramp up for this. So I was glad to see that transition.
Mm-hmm.
Tori and Amanda on the same season. I'm ready for the drama. Amanda, when we get to Amanda, I cannot wait to talk about Amanda because my girl Amanda, she keeps it 1,000% real. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Naya's too.
Yeah, like Naya.
Very, very big fan.
Devin's in the building. A couple seasons ago, he won with Tori. You can't sleep on Devin. But I feel like I haven't seen him in a minute.
Do you think he's going to have the ability to manipulate people from the different eras like he has people in his own era?
I think he is connected across eras. So, And I think he's connected with another very, very, very big social player on a different era. And I think that the two of them will be able to do some damage.
Yeah. And then we go into era 3. Before we go into era 4, era 4. I just want to, it's a lot of people in this era that we are close friends with and we know, and here on the challenge breakdown, I just want it to be known that I am a team Josh Martinez. And
is there a particular reason why you're saying this?
I love Josh, but is there anything that you want to address, Wendell? Because the last time we was in New York, I believe Josh Martinez pressed you.
He was talking crazy?
Joey, I ain't tell you the story. Oh,
Joey, bro, need to pull up. Does he need to pull up?
I'm let y'all do all the embellishing y'all want.
I wasn't there, so like somebody tell me what's going on.
Izyah's Big Brother premiere party, and there's a lot of people. Wendell and I walk in, we see some people. Josh Martinez sees me. Josh is like, Brice, you know, we all good. He see Wendell, he say, sup, and keep moving. We was like, oh. And then Wendell's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? Then we got to talk in the corner, and Josh was like, I don't think we should talk here. Well, I don't want to talk here. I don't want to talk here. Wendell was like, tell me. Josh was like, he pulled real close up on Wendell and was like, the fans was telling me you was talking ish on the podcast, and I ain't like it. Wendell was like,
tail between his legs?
Between his legs.
Joseph David.
My fault.
Okay. My fault. Josh was like, I appreciate that. He said, Brice had my back. We supposed to be winner brothers. I ain't like that.
Was that the same? You guys were the same year, correct?
Yeah, he won a couple months before me.
Wendell was like, okay, I'm sorry, are we cool? Josh was like, yeah. Was like, get out my way. Push Wendell and then left. Okay? So I just wanted to be known.
In the middle of the Ainsworth, just push my man.
In the middle of the Ainsworth.
No, I can't see that.
Wendell flew up against the elevator, Joey, broke the elevator. The fire department had to come to open the elevator door.
Okay.
Tell me please.
Sure.
But I love Josh.
The only thing I will say regarding the matter is I consider and always have considered Josh Martinez a friend.
Okay.
Oh, you pressed him.
But he's not a friend of the show.
Oh, he is a friend of the show.
Because he doesn't listen to your podcast, Brice. And that being said, I believe he said that some of his fans shared some sound bites of me comparing his game to Michelle's game, to social threats. And he was upset about that. Now, I can agree that if you hear certain comments in a vacuum, you could be upset about anything. But I'm going to tell Josh, like I told him in New York, you should listen to the whole season or listen to the whole pod or all the seasons we've done praising him before he can listen to a soundbite of me comparing him to another solid player.
Okay. But Josh has come a long way. And in this era, we've got Kylan.
That's Wen Jr. Wen Man Jr.
Wen Man J.R.
We got Kylan. We got my survivor sister, Michelle Shelley. I'm rooting for Shell. Now, can somebody please remind me who Theo is? Because I'm feeling like I should get to know Theo.
Was he a Love Island guy or something?
I don't know if he was Love Island, but I remember him from the challenge a few seasons ago. And I remember he got an injury to his eye. Yeah. I remember he had to take a few seasons off because he was recovering from that crazy eye injury. I don't even remember what happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Strong player though. People are usually afraid of him in like physical challenges.
Was he an Olympian or something? Like, I feel like
he was like I think he was a reserve for his country in the Olympics one year.
How about when your boy Paulie? Was Theo talking about him during the show or something where he was like, and he got in my face and he kissed me or something like that.
Yeah. Shout out to Paulie. We love Paulie. Horacio. Okay. Capaccio. Tracio. Okay. Ooh. Okay, this era is my era. Okay.
So you're gonna adopt this era as opposed to 3.
So I mean, I got 3. Before is my people though. We got Casey, love Casey. We have Nanny.
Who are you trying to say right now?
Who Horacio situation?
Norice.
We got
Norice. Nanny.
Casey's married to.
I'm talking about Casey. Yeah, that
Nani?
was it. We got Nani.
We don't.
I mean, no. Casey has Nani.
We got Nanny.
And yeah, so
I'm interested
excited
to see this dynamic between Norice and Olivia, because after the last season, they were best friends and got into some serious beef. So
they gonna piece it up, man.
I think so too, but I mean, it's all we don't know.
Because here's the thing: you got Michelle in the mix, and she's the ultimate diplomat, I think. But in this case, as you watch these people play season after season, except for a few of them that like got these beefs that are lasting generations, like Cara and Laurel, I feel like you eventually see them all piece things up over time. And in this case, now Norice is saying she wants to see Olivia in
the challenge,
right?
Or in the
if that doesn't happen and they both get through this first whatever, I can see a world where they start figuring it out, working together, I think. But then again, the only other side to that is you got Kyland, who is like the challenge is he's gonna win the challenge one day, and he was wronged, and he's got his people, and that is Horacio, Norice, and they riding. So like I could see this trio having vendettas that they want to kill people. That's what I can also see. Not kill, but you know.
Thank you for
because that's a lot. And so those are the eras. And TJ comes out and tells us what we playing for and what's everything that's going on. But before we get into that, it can't be a challenge breakdown without us getting into our good man TJ's wardrobe of the episode.
Hold on a second. What in the hodgepodge menage?
Okay, TJ done got some new stylists. Okay, I feel like he might have got a young gay stylist or something, because TJ was rocking it. But when TJ puts his outfit together, there's always these things that he must have, Joey. And one thing that he gonna have, they're gonna iron the hell out of those collars, because TJ's collars don't be playing, like it's so thick. he got his hair slicked back. He got the mismatched shirt on the shirt with the pocket. You know, TJ love a good pocket.
You feel me?
He is a pocket man. Remember that one? He had 70
a pocket jacket. So TJ is back, and he is letting us know that we are playing for $1 million.
And I forgot that he didn't always do the challenge. They brought him on later, like a little bit after that first era. Yeah, during the second era. So
this is what I do want to know about them saying this grand prize of $1 million, because the challenge has always done this a lot. And so if I win the challenge, I'm expecting $1 million.
They gonna bust it down.
Are you busting it down the whole way?
There's a bust down million, bro.
So it's really not $1 million.
Well, we don't know.
We don't know yet.
They have a track record.
They have a track record, but it is exciting. $1 million is a lot of money. Normally, it's like 250,000 or 500,000. So $1 million is a very long way to go, and it looks exciting. It looks like the money that they spent on TJ's light show and him coming out. I didn't know if this was Beyonce with the visuals finally, or what was happening.
Now, do you think the money is going to be that way going forward, or just because it's season 40?
Because it's season 40. They're gonna go back to $50 next season.
And 3 bags of potato chips.
They're gonna go back to the trophies. And so we have 40 players. Now I'm like, that's a lot of players. Would you two not agree?
That is a hell of a lot of players.
And so I was thinking, like, how they going to bust this down? And TJ tells us that there is the era invitation. Now, what you mean the era invitation? If y'all put me on the back of the bus in that hot van, waited for it to spin around and dropped out, and I come out, bitch, that's the invitation. Like, what do you mean?
No, but there's no way. Like, how many episodes would there have to be of this if there was 40 people on the show from beginning to end?
What's the last challenge you watched? Because they good for a good.
They will last. Some of these challenges will last.
I mean, that's real, but like, come on.
Yo, because I was watching like, yo, I love this show, but I'm getting tired of this show. Are we still potting about this? We watched like 3 seasons of Survivor during 1 season of the show.
It still wasn't done, and that was for $50. So TJ lets us know that the invitation is we're about to have 8 eliminations,
which is kind of crazy. I don't think we've ever seen anything with 8 off the bat. Usually there's like a mid-season finale kind of thing, and they kind of clip people like that, but never off the bat.
Now, it took me out because before he even says this, that they see the eras, you see a lot of the people, and I ain't gonna name no names, but you can see the faces. They don't know if they're playing against each other or, you know, it's giving teams, right? So you see some people very like, hey, I got Bananas with me. I got Ava with me. We ain't playing no games. Then TJ said, you're playing against your era.
Your era.
You could have popped that balloon because a lot of people's like,
that's crazy.
Yeah. And so, like, for instance, era 2 with the strong women, it's like, geez, you got all these beasts that like who's going home in era 2, and they're still going to outlast the women of the other era. So
who you think is going home in era 1?
Who's on the chopping block?
I didn't say that.
I'm asking.
So
I'll tell you right now.
Because okay, the nominators.
Well, yeah, no, we didn't even get to that. I'm just, you know, when you find out that they playing against their era.
Katie's on the chopping block for era 1.
I was worried for my girl Katie.
Right.
But Katie is so scrappy that you can't you can't counter out. But explain to us, Wendeezy, now that we know it is the invitation, and then TJ lets us know that the challenge that we are playing is Light It Up. First of all, when he said that, I was about to say, put your lighters up.
I knew you were going there.
Put your lighters up. New York, put your lighters up. Miami, put your lighters up. I said, okay.
Vietnam.
Put your lighters up.
Philadelphia,
put your lighters up. So now this challenge, I'm always not a fan of all of the challenges sometimes that they do, but this one I absolutely loved this challenge. You have to run, put a 40 together. When you get the 40, you have to jump into a bucket hat, because those things are not boats, okay? Because I was like, what the hell is that?
A bucket hat is nuts.
You have to jump into a bucket hat, and then they have 100 light posts out in the water that have each era 4 lights on each of them of each era. You have to grab 10, row your hat back, get on shore, and plug the lights into the 40 thing to make it a light. Immediately, I was like, the survivors have to be good at this. Michelle has to kill that 40, because this is something we have seen in Survivor countless times. That was my first thought when I saw this.
Good thought. And she's also good at puzzles.
She's very good at puzzles.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right.
I was shocked at Corey being very good at this puzzle and this challenge.
Funny you should say that, because Corey does say to us, historically, Corey has not been good at puzzles if you've seen him from past seasons. But he said, I don't know if y'all watched the episode.
They had a little montage.
He practiced at home with Brice. And I said, that's my man. Okay.
It's the thumb pointing to the puzzle piece being Brice for me.
Okay, I was the missing puzzle piece in this. It was interesting to me though, because I loved one other thing that I loved during this episode was CT's pro tips.
Yo, I wrote that down for myself too. It was amazing.
CT's pro tips took me out. But one of CT's pro tips was like, if you have a puzzle, always look them around up and down. And sometimes there's symbols and objects on the back of the puzzle that will tell you what to do on a puzzle.
What is this accent?
Good question.
It's CT.
Now you add in some of the your Canadian accent.
My bad. I'm a little emotional. It's 40 seasons. It's 20 years. This is home for me.
Did we see CT shedding a tear when they were
Yeah.
announced?
We did.
And it's crazy for him to say this is home, because it's like he's really been doing this for 20 years.
We kind of grew up with him on TV.
We've watched him really grow, because like he was a loose cannon. Brice, he was a loose cannon back then. Like he was ready to fight people back then. Now he's like learned a lot of. I guess he's just been through life.
That's it.
So now he's out there like, man, he's a different man. It's cool to see, because he's still a piece.
CT pro tip number 3: don't fight. What do y'all think though? When CT pointed out that there are shapes on the back of the puzzle,
I never would have thought to turn the puzzle around and do that.
Okay, so that's what you thought.
But if you have puzzle pieces right there, you're looking at a puzzle piece, you'll see stuff on the back of it, right?
Was I the only one that was like, this is cheating?
Cheating?
It's there for a reason, for sure. So it's not cheating.
I felt like they knew their audience.
They were like, some people will do this, and some people will.
That's it.
Now, what was his name? Tony.
Mm-hmm.
If perseverance was a person, Tony.
Can't get no 40er than this, man. We tell him.
Like, check. They was like, no. He was like, check. No.
Can't get no 40er.
Check. I didn't know what he was doing.
Neither did he.
Okay. Neither did he. Shout out to my girl Tori, because she wasn't playing for Era 3. What's that song? Row, row.
Row your boat gently downstream.
Merrily.
So, okay. So when you sing it, normally you go, row, row, row your boat. Let me see how you would do it, Joey.
You always row your boat. You always switch sides.
Okay. How would you do it, Wendell? You got to sing the song with it, though.
Row, row, row your boat.
Okay. Now, can you both show me what Leroy was doing?
He was spinning in circles.
He was doing donuts.
Right.
He was singing the wrong song. Okay.
CT pro tip number 4: don't fall in the water.
Okay.
Don't swim. It'll be easier.
CT pro tip number 4: sing row your boat while you do it. Okay. Because I was rooting for Leroy. Like, I'm like, he's doing this for Cam and the kids. He got in there bucket hat.
That all went out the window.
It didn't work out well for him. Shout out to Dev. What you say?
People say it didn't work out well for Devin either, because he had a little hole in his.
Oh.
And I would have thought Devin would have done a great job at this challenge.
Right.
However, tip my bucket hat off to him, because he didn't let it stop him. That man swum back.
He swum, bro. He swum back, but he arrived the next morning after, bro. They were all like, is he still even in
Yeah.
They're like, is that Devin?
But here's the thing that I love the challenge though, right? But it's like very different than Survivor, because if y'all haven't seen that man, where is the dive team? Like, Tori should not be like, it's Devin. Like, that's problematic.
They're like, yo, he was out there.
Yeah, he was going.
Devin got out there water, man. He was like,
the girls from the other eras were like, we wish we were going against the men from 3 because they're still out there. Challenge been over.
So, Joey, you've been watching the challenge for a very long time. Explain to me, what's your thoughts if they say the challenge is you have to get in the bucket hat, row your boat out, get the lights, row back and get out. Where in it does it say you can swim?
I think at least from my vantage point in challenge past, you just keep doing, you do until they tell you can't. So
but the challenge is known for you mess around and do that in the finale and you're disqualified of the whole thing.
That's true. So I do feel like they do need to be like super clear on the rules and what's allowed and what isn't allowed.
I'm willing to bet this was one of those things where they were like,
he's got
we could just qualify him, but he's already 15 minutes behind everybody already, man.
And his boat had a hole.
Did it really?
It was leaking.
It was leaking for sure.
It was spitting out.
You know how the challenge does when if there's something that goes awry, the camera zooms right in on the hole and it filling up with water. So
it was squirting.
Okay. How did you guys feel of this one? So Horacio comes in first in the era 4. Nurys is coming in last. Horacio goes to encourage her. Nurys, I don't think she's ready for that encouragement at that moment. How do y'all feel?
So as a competitive person myself, if I just lose something in a dramatic fashion, I don't know how dramatic it was. She was in last place. But if I'm competing to not be in last place because I know I'm automatically going in, I don't want to talk to anybody. Like, just let me give me a few seconds, a few minutes to get my thoughts together, and then I'll come to you. Don't like I know like they're dating and he wants to be there, her rock, but like sometimes you need to know your partner and know when to give them that space.
I have a different take, but Brice, I'd love to hear how you feel.
I want my rock right there for me when I get out the water. If Horacio is waiting for me when I get out the water, I'm embracing him. No ifs, ands, or buts. However, I did agree with Nurys though. Like, I'm getting out. I'm kind of pissed off. You come up to me and I kind of said, like, give me a second. And you still want to embrace me with your chiseled abs, your strong muscles, your great hair, your big arms. Me personally, embrace me. But I could see how at times that could be a bit much for Nurys. But anytime.
Okay.
What is your take on it though?
I think you guys are making me come over a little bit, but I was pause if necessary.
Was it the chiseled abs?
No, I think
because that would make me.
I think okay. I think if roles were reversed and Horacio came in last, I think he'd get out and give her a hug, and he might be like mad at himself, but he's like, all right, time to lock in and win whatever I gotta win. I think when you're dealing with someone, he's an athlete, right? Like I feel like athletes or people that do a lot of competitions take these kinds of like L's a little different. An L along the road as opposed to an L at the finish, like at an L in a championship. You know what I'm saying? So like this to me is an L during the season. It's like you still have a way of getting out of it. Whereas, huh?
I was saying, yeah, you do have a way of getting out of it, but you automatically know you're going in.
Yeah, you're going in. So you're pissed, but it's like, all right, now I'm locked in, ready to go in. I think.
But athletes aren't a monolith. So like every athlete can't be the same way. She could probably get there, but what she's saying is like, don't coddle me now. Let me get out the water. Let me,
Okay. Now here's my question. How do y'all think Danny McRae would do at that point?
Danny McRae He would stand there. He would be like, "You good?" If they say, "Give me a moment," Daniel McCrae walking off.
No,
I think he puts it in a different chamber in his brain.
Coming out the water. If he's the one that just came in last, how do you think he's responding?
He's about to lock in and be like, "All right, I'm about to go in here and kill this challenge."
That's it. Yeah. So I just think so. What I was saying is, I think I feel like y'all are team Nerissa on this one. I'm kind of team Horacio on this one. I'm just like he's trying to build you up. Yeah, you're mad. I don't know.
I feel like I'm just team person, like just know your person. You know,
right.
I'm a type of person that like I don't want to be talked to after that, but then I'm eventually going to lock in and go out here and kill this challenge.
So let me ask you this question, Wendell. At a BWP or a BEEV event set up, when you in the beginning of an install, okay? Well, first of all, can I get an amen?
Hallelujah.
Okay, okay. My tag team partner is here with me, so help me set up the scenario,
is
Joey.
This before you left us and got an Uber back to the hotel or after? So tell me about that.
Which time?
Walking down the street in Boston.
Let me just explain. My Uber had already been ordered, so I had to give the dramatic walk off instead of paying $5. But anyway, at any time, if you're feeling anxious or you're upset at an install or a setup, you want me and Joey coming over being like, woo, 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 or should we let you clock in?
It's actually a very good question.
This doesn't happen. Because
Joey,
usually it's like this. I'm working, y'all are supposed to be working, and then Perp comes over and gives me attitude, and then Perp leaves. That's what happens. We've gotten to this point. That's what happens now.
Joseph, I would love for you to weigh in.
Setting up with you two is a blessing. That's all I'm gonna say.
because Joey, no, I don't not claim that I'm crazy, but just because
you guys both have different vantage points of different things and both have very strong personalities. That's all.
But so Wendell
breakdown,
right?
So the winners are.
So we have CT and Rachel. Okay, okay. First of all, this reminds me of the Challenge USA season 1, and I'm just predicting this now. CT and Rachel, they were the first to. Well, Rachel was the first woman. CT was the first man. They're gonna be a problem. They're giving me Tyson Addis-Pool.
Tyson is at his pool.
That sounded like the most ridiculous. It sounded crazy.
What is it? At his pool.
Wait, what's Tyson's name? Tyson Addis-Pool. What is it?
It's biblical.
Tyson
Paul was one of them.
Paul.
The Addis-Pool Paul.
Well, you know what I'm talking about.
Apostle.
Tyson Apostle.
Say Ben's last name.
Ben Dregenberg.
Dregenberg. Say Kevin Big Brother's last name.
Kevin Slagerber. Slayhuber.
We could do this all day. But
yeah.
Okay. But I am just saying, I feel like how Tyson Apostle set a precedent on that first Challenge USA. I really feel like Rachel and CT said,
"This is mine." That's a good observation.
Now, also,
why does Corey look so yoked in this photo?
Actually, all right, I gotta get ready because my man ain't coming to play either, and I feel like Corey. Okay. Ooh.
What?
Okay. Corey ain't playing either.
So that's why you put eye black on?
Because listen, we ain't playing with the competition. So I gotta show love for my man, my man, my man. Also, who's going to be a problem? The fact that Tori is such a beast. And the last Challenge USA, it was, you know, such an issue for people to want to work with her or not. And like the fact that Tori is coming out here swinging, for me, I feel like Tori's going to be a problem. Seeing Bananas killing his era, I was like, okay. Seeing Horatio, I was like, okay, Shelly out here. I feel like Michelle sometimes gets a lot of hate online as to, you know, I don't even want to go into her Survivor season. People, you know, she's a contested Survivor winner. I don't respect none of that. People hate on her game, but I feel like put some respect on Shelly's name.
I will say with this challenge, had they did anything order-wise a little bit differently, I don't know if Michelle would have won. But if you put a puzzle first, she's out. She's out of here. You know what I mean? So like,
so you think someone might have possibly beat her on the
beat her to the other parts, but might have got hung up at the puzzle
on the bucket hat?
The bucket hat, correct.
And then with that momentum done well at the challenge, at the puzzle?
Correct.
So you think Katie could have put a puzzle together faster at the end than Michelle?
Because Survivor is known for you do the bucket hat first and you end with the puzzle.
And you end with the puzzle.
Right.
Addis Pool.
That's got to be the title of this. Addis Pool.
And then we have the losers.
Jeez.
We've got my girl Katie, our guy Mark. We have Ryan and Kellyanne in era 2. We've got Leroy and Nia in era 3. Naya. And we have Theo, and who is the young lady? And Narasi.
Sure.
Now,
apologize.
What is interesting is that now everyone that is here, they are absolutely going into an elimination. Everyone that did not win now has to plead their cases to the winners.
Mm-hmm.
And I love these kind of, you know, plead your case, this and that. I want to just go straight to, I believe it's era 3 with Tori and Amanda, because reason 7,000 why Amanda is my girl. Amanda went in there and was like, listen, Tori, I don't like you in here and I don't like you out here. That ain't never going to change. Wait.
Like, sis, this ain't your time for that speech.
Can you imagine, Joey, Wendell owing you money and asking you to borrow money, and it's like, yo, you let me borrow $100 before, you ain't gonna get it back today, and you not gonna get it back tomorrow. But let me hold this cool $30. I was like, Amanda, but I felt like she was talking real-ish, like the devil you know is better. Oh,
she's not gonna. She's not changing. So yes, she was completely real on this.
Funky.
Yeah.
Would y'all lower her to $30?
I ain't loaning her to $30.
Yeah.
Now, I also would love to know your thoughts in era 1. Anissa was so happy not to be last, so she wouldn't have to go into elimination. Being as that Rachel won, Anissa was like, Rachel is my girl. We get to the montage of Anissa and Rachel. Hey, me and you, makuda. Okay.
And Anissa and we used to date.
Anissa, I forgot about that. So Anissa said, I'm good. Now, when we got to the deliberation room, Rachel said, what's fair is fair. I'ma let CT handle the ladies.
They played her. Because I think I remember earlier a conversation between Rachel and Mark about like her pick him something about like the genders, I think, or one of them was mentioning only one gender or something. So then fast forward, it's like now Rachel is putting it on CT. I just think she was like, all right, I'm not gonna make the hard call. So, and CT's like, I got you.
Yeah.
CT pro tip number 5: win the challenge.
Bing, bing, bing.
Now, there's an interesting other topic in Era 1. Mark is in last, and Mark is friends with a lot of the men in the era, and you know it's difficult for him, and so they have to make a decision now.
I think Bananas made reference to that during the scramble. He was like, you know, era 1, they got decades of friendship, and he's like, in my era, he's like, I don't care, it can be anybody, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now, Derek came and said, Darrell, you my brother from the mud. You was in my wedding. You held me down when I was low. I'm going to go in for you, brother. Flash to Darrell's confessional. I love you, bro. But, which leads us to CT pro tip number 7. If somebody's going to volunteer to go in, you let them go in.
Who else?
Every time.
Yeah.
Was there any rules on this season? Like you have to go through
at some point,
right, in order for you to make the final, because TJ is known for that at some point.
I like those. I like the ones where like you got to go down and earn your skull or your star goals. I like those because like, yo, go down and prove yourself, get dirty.
Because what season somebody went down, somebody didn't go down and they made it to a final.
It happened a lot.
Yeah, it happens a lot. But I don't feel like you need to earn your stripes. I feel like the challenge is a competition game, but it's also a social game. If you have a social game that you can work it, that you don't need to go down, that's another way of playing.
Yeah, but then you get the people that skate towards near the end, and they always go down near the end, and they get sent home, and they're mad about it.
It's a social game.
Unless it's in the rule that you got to go earn your stripes.
Right.
In which case, it's still a social game, but you still got to earn your stripes.
Now, let's take it to Era 3, where Horacio and Michelle are in charge, and we have Theo. And first of all, what I love, again, hold on, wait, let me. Reason number 7 why I love Josh Martinez, because Josh, he gonna give you everything that you need. One, first of all, Josh is already politicking. Before this happens, Josh is politicking, trying to figure stuff out. And you can see when they are in this deliberation room, you know, they putting up their case of what they think. And what does Derek do, Joseph?
Doesn't make sense to me.
Where's Derek?
I mean, what is?
I'm like, oh snap, we gotta account for a Derek in this mix.
Right. Look at it.
I'm sorry,
Paulie. Oh,
what does Paulie do?
Break it down for me, brother.
I'll tell you what Paulie did. He called Theo right out. He said, "We got some unfinished business, partner. I'm looking at you."
Theo is 7 feet taller than Paulie too. So if it's anything physical, I'm scared.
But Paulie's
Paulie's
but Theo's he said, I got unfinished business with you. And then Theo got right into it too. Like,
Theo turned in that.
Yeah, you kissed me.
That's a crazy statement.
Theo turned into 007 Idris Elba and said, you want to get this now.
Idris Elba is the wildest thing I've ever
heard.
The
MVP of this whole thing is when all of this is happening, Josh and Kylan look at each other like, shit. Kyla said,
I'm gonna do nothing.
Listen,
Smoke happen.
Kyla said, Josh, you been it, and I ain't in it. And yeah, so then this is the thing that kind of pissed me off a little bit. If this is the 40th season, this is the first episode. Don't break me up into part 1 and part 2. I want to see some action.
You know what? Well, first of all, we got to see 4 eliminations. That could be a whole episode.
A whole episode, yeah.
Actually, yeah, that's the whole episode.
On
But
Paramount OG, they give you 2-hour episodes.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, I didn't want the cliffhanger, but I get it. You got a lot of setup, or it could have been a 2-hour episode. Nah, they got a lot of setup, and now it's a cliffhanger. I want to see what's about to happen next week.
Right.
Do we have any predictions? Norris Olivia? Are you going to see that? Are we going to see Paulie Theo? Are we going to see that?
We're going to see that.
I think the Paulie Theo one is you can etch it in the stone.
All right, so we got that one. That's a lock.
Yeah.
Derek and Mark.
I got Derek on that one, bro.
Yeah.
I got Derek. Derek is a dog.
How old is Mark? Is he
54?
52. But Derek always been a dog and knows to beat the bigger, stronger looking people. Yeah. Derek's a dog. I remember when he beat Cyrus.
Do you think we'll get the Katie Anissa matchup?
I feel like Anissa will find a way out of it.
Yeah, no. Anissa's scrappy, but so is Katie though. So I feel like that really is a good matchup.
I'm saying politically, I don't even think she'll have to face it. You know what I'm saying?
You think Anissa, they won't give it to Anissa? Yeah. Because CT said 4 and 5.
Right.
So here's another thing. If you're in there, do you want to throw in Katie and Anissa? Who else?
What's your benefit of that?
Because when you jump to another era and you hear a Tony talking to Corey about how, hey, throwing one of these dogs so that a dog could be like.
Yeah, but we don't know how the season's shaping up. So you don't know if you should get rid of your dogs right away. You know what I mean?
Right. Because they could battle each other.
Right.
Yeah. So, and that would be really cool because we know that they're going to change the format at some point, right?
100%.
But that would be cool if before it gets like a third of the way through or something, if like every other episode, it's like, all right, now this episode, the losers of each team battle each other. Now this episode, it's a infight. Now that would be really cool.
I think that's how as a fan, I would want to view the show.
Yeah. And they're known to throw curveballs. That would be crazy.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited. Next week, I can't wait.
I'm locked in.
Yeah. This is gonna be a good season. I'm reporting live from the H-Town. We got a new episode of Extreme Makeover Home Edition. We're filming down here.
Are you tipping on fofos?
I'm still tipping on fofos.
Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all over.
Who?
Go ahead, Brice. He wasn't there.
Who said that?
No, he wasn't there. Mike Jones.
Oh. Okay.
Go to Turkey Leg Hut for me though while you're down there, please.
I'm a little younger than you guys.
281-330-8004.
See? Come on, man.
Know his number?
Okay, well, what about this one? I'm torn in between the two, but I really want to be with you. Said I torn in between. I don't want to stay. Oh, y'all know Latoya Luckett? All right.
It has been.
I'm going to go to his pool.
At his pool.
At his pool. Thank you guys for tuning into the challenge. Breakdown, episode 1, season 40 with Wendell Holland, Brice, Izyah, and Joey Hatch. We will be back next week. We out.